as we mentioned before, this is Baltic Sea region conference. That's why we have very special guests also from our neighboring countries and our friends. So, representative of the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Communication of Estonia, Sirli Heinsoo. Welcome, Sirli, to the stage. We'll be talking about collaboration in the Baltic Sea region, joint work and purpose, European policy and requirements.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all here in the room, and also glad to hear that we have audience also virtually. So, good morning. Today I will talk a bit about the cooperation in the Baltics, but also give some examples from Estonia of how we are also doing things. Estonia is known as one of the most digital societies in the world. We can build examples, but we cannot achieve the goals when we are standing alone. Our next goal is to set an example for the EU together with other EU countries to build more productive, more sustainable, and more data-driven business environment. Which is an economy that creates value efficiently and responsibly. In Estonia, our mission is to build up or reach 110% of the EU average productivity by 2035. And the vision is that the wealth of Estonia is our entrepreneurship. We aim to double the size of the economy from 37.7 billion to 75 billion by the same year. This is not just economic growth. It's about building a smarter, greener, and more efficient economy. Our progress really depends on innovation, data, and collaboration between the governments, the enterprises, and international partners. Last year, or actually, it was last year, in the beginning of last year, we put together, firstly, in the whole history of Estonia, the first economic plan. And this was actually built together with the private sector. We really looked into deep what kind of challenges private sector really sees, and based on that, we put together 7 principles where we need to focus on. And one of the focuses was to reduce administrative burden and make our businesses more efficient, or make the business environment in a way that really boosts the efficiency for our companies. So the simplification and the reducing of administrative burden is one of the top priorities in Estonia, and I believe this is the same thing in most of the EU countries right now, as we are talking about simplification in different countries. What's the simplification about? It's about reducing bureaucracy. What is bureaucracy? It's not always regulations. I'm seeing regulations as 1/4 of the core bureaucracy. Other things are actually more on the business side. Whether you are digital, if you are digital, are you using your digital tools as effectively as you can? Meaning, do you just use the tools, or do you really use the tools using quality data? And have you integrated these tools together so that you won't have to do any manual work? So business processes and digitalization. And the third one, which now comes back to public sector, how we are bringing the public services for our businesses. And today we are also talking about SAS tool, which is sustainability tool for our enterprises. And I think this is a very good example of how public sector and private sector can work together to build better tools that are based on data. As I mentioned, Estonia is one of the digitalized society in the world, but it doesn't mean that our businesses are also as digitalized as they could be. This mark really goes for the public sector. Our businesses are still lagging behind if we look at the EU average, and this is why our main goal in the ministry is also to build the business environment more digital and more efficient. But as I mentioned, if you just use digital technologies, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are 100% efficient. You might be using them and still be non-efficient. So everything starts from data. How you use your data, how you create your data, is it standardized, is it reusable, and how are your business processes built up. So I would like to draw your attention to the data, not necessarily to the digital tools, because through the data we can use this kind of services or tools as also sustainability tool. In Estonia, we are very actively working on real-time economy. Real-time economy, we see it as an environment where all business data moves automatically or as automatically as possible. One of the key areas in real-time economy is reporting to the state. Yes, there are data standardizations also inside the businesses that we are also boosting through standardization. But as a public sector, we can really make a difference in the reporting part. In Estonia, we are currently doing this cross-agency collaboration where more than 24 authorities work together in order to standardize the reporting for our businesses. Meaning that if you, as business owner, submit different environmental reports to different authorities, many times existing the same data, then after this work is done, you will only do it once. Or if you're using digital tools, then you're actually already having this information inside your systems, and the systems really put together the data sets that are needed for different authorities and send them at the right time for the right authority. So based on this kind of data-driven reporting, again, we come to the better public services, and we can build more proactive, more personalized public services together with private sector. And this is where also the sustainability comes in, at least from our department's perspective. We have seen that sustainability data, or let's say the reports that businesses are putting together for different authorities, like waste management report or air pollution report or water report, or if we take from the social side, employees' data reports, they can also all be used also for the sustainability reasons. But right now, the EU is looking them as a separate reports, and this is where I think we all are on the same page, that we need to use the data once, we need to use the data many times to create more value, for example, for the sustainability reasons. And when we come to the public services created for businesses, for example, then as I mentioned, this can also be a bureaucracy topic. In Estonia, we have 36 self-service portals. Yes, as I mentioned, we are a digital society, but this has also created us so-called innovation legacy. I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm saying that this is a learning curve. We have built 36 different self-service portals, which are all competing with each other, which one is the best one. But now we are starting to realize that, and also there are more than 700 services for our entrepreneurs in these different self-service portals. As a public sector representative, I'm looking this also in a way, is it efficient? Is it cost efficient to have so many public service, self-service portals? It's not efficient. So building this kind of services is very good, but we need to do it in an interoperable way, and we need to look at the wider picture, what kind of services we already have, what is the starting point from one service and what is the end point from one service. For example, if one authority gives you let's say a possibility to start a new company, but this is not only one step that you are doing. You also need to, I don't know, choose your area of your business and etc. But this might also be in different authorities. So we need to integrate these services as proactive ones. So you as an entrepreneur can really seamlessly go from one service to another. It doesn't matter what kind of authority really provides this to you. And this is also, I would say, more convenient. I'm also a micro-entrepreneur. I would like to see public sector acting as a booster of economic growth, and I think this is one way to do it. So yes, data, services, public services, as I'm talking as a public sector representative. Yes, and this kind of tools, I really hope that they do help our companies to look at the wider picture. I know that sustainability is not every company's main objective right now, but these kind of tools really give us the knowledge how to be more sustainable. What do I need to do to be more sustainable? And maybe this will help us to help our companies to start their greener and more sustainable journey onwards. Thank you.
Thank you, Sirli. Thank you.